Daiwa builds some of the most advanced fishing reels on the planet, but not every angler wants to spend $400 to get tournament-level performance. The good news is that some of their lineup punches so far above its weight class that spending more almost feels unnecessary. These are 5 best-value Daiwa reels that deliver serious technology, buttery smooth operation, and long-term durability without destroying a bank account. The Daiwa Revros LT is the definition of a gateway reel that never actually feels like a compromise. Where most reels in this range cut corners with flimsy nylon-based graphite bodies, the Revros LT uses Daiwa's Zayan V construction. That is a true carbon resin graphite material, and it keeps every internal component in precise alignment because the housing itself does not flex or bend under load. That rigidity matters more than people think, because when a body warps even slightly, bearings and gears start to lose efficiency and the reel feels rough way sooner than it should. The Revros also picked up Daiwa's air drive rotor and air drive bail from higher-end models, shaving weight and improving rotational balance at the same time. A 4-bearing system with a roller bearing keeps things moving smoothly, and the automatic tournament drag engages without that initial spike that cheaper reels tend to have. The machined aluminum handle transfers power directly to the main gear, so there is zero slop between the grip and the spool. Available from a tiny 1,000 all the way up to a 6,000, this reel covers everything from panfish and trout to inshore applications. At barely over 7 ounces in the smaller sizes, it balances beautifully on a light rod and makes all-day casting feel effortless. The line lay coming off the spool is clean and consistent, which means fewer tangles and better distance whether throwing lightweight jigs or small spinnerbaits. Daiwa also designed the spool to be braid-ready, so anglers running braided line can tie directly to the spool without worrying about slippage. For anyone stepping into Daiwa for the first time or building out a lineup on a budget, the Revros LT sets a bar that most competing brands still struggle to match. The Daiwa Exceler LT takes everything that works about the Revros and adds a layer of refinement that experienced anglers will notice immediately. The Zayan V body carries over, but Daiwa trimmed another 3 to 5% off the weight compared to the previous Exceler generation, making an already light reel even easier to manage during long sessions. The bearing count jumps to 5 ball bearings plus 1 roller bearing, and while 2 extra bearings might not sound dramatic on paper, the difference in smoothness is obvious from the very first cast. Tough digicut gearing is where this reel really separates itself from the entry-level pack. The main gear and pinion gear are digitally machined to mesh together with extreme precision, which translates into silky retrieves and more efficient power transfer when fighting a fish that does not want to come to the boat. The air drive rotor and air drive bail reduce rotational weight, and the ATD drag system handles sudden runs without hesitation. With 22 pounds of max drag in the 2,500 size and a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, the Exceler covers everything from finesse drop shot fishing to cranking and jigging applications. The braid-ready spool means there is no need to add a mono backing before spooling up, which is a small convenience that saves time and hassle. Weighing in at just 6.9 ounces in the 2500D-XH, this reel pairs perfectly with a medium or medium-light rod for bass, walleye, and just about any freshwater species that swims. Anglers who have compared the Exceler to reels at nearly double its cost consistently say the difference is negligible, and that is the highest compliment a mid-range reel can earn. The Daiwa Fuego LT occupies a unique position in the lineup because it brings a feature to the table that almost no competitor offers in this range. That feature is MagSealed technology. Daiwa's MagSealed system uses a magnetic oil barrier on the main shaft to block water, salt, sand, and dust from ever reaching the internal gears and bearings. On most other brands, that kind of sealing technology is reserved for reels well over $200, which makes the Fuego an outlier in the best possible way. The Zayan 5 carbon fiber body keeps the weight low while providing strong corrosion resistance, and the 6-bearing system with 1 roller bearing gives it a noticeably smoother feel than the Exceler. A solid air drive bail adds rigidity without extra weight, and the tough digi-gearing delivers consistent power through the retrieve. Where the Fuego truly shines is as a saltwater-capable reel that does not demand a saltwater budget. Anglers chasing redfish, speckled trout, flounder, and snook along the coast will appreciate that the MagSealed keeps the internals feeling factory fresh even after months of use in harsh environments. With 22 pounds of drag in the 2,500 size and availability all the way up to a 6,000, it scales well for both light inshore work and heavier nearshore applications. The ATD drag system handles explosive runs without sticking or surging, which is critical when a slot redfish makes its first sprint toward the mangroves. Even after being fully submerged during wade fishing or kayak launches, the MagSealed barrier keeps the gears turning like they did straight out of the box. The ergonomic handle screws into either side of the body for easy left or right-hand retrieval, and the lightweight carbon construction means fatigue stays low, even on 8-hour days in the marsh. For anglers who split time between freshwater and saltwater, the Fuego eliminates the need to buy two separate reels and still performs at a level that feels far above its class. The Daiwa Tatula MQ LT is where things shift from great value into genuine performance territory, and it starts with the body construction. The MQ stands for monocoque, which means the entire body is a single piece with a screw-in engine plate that replaces the traditional side cover. This design does two important things simultaneously. First, it eliminates the screws and seams that can let water and debris work their way inside over time. Second, it allows Daiwa to fit a physically larger gear inside a compact frame, which gives this reel more cranking power and smoother rotation than anything in its weight class. The full air drive system is on display here, with a rotor that weighs 15% less than the standard Tatula LT rotor, a bail wire that is 31% lighter than conventional designs, and an air drive shaft that reduces friction during oscillation for increased torque. An 8+1 ball bearing system makes the retrieve absurdly smooth, and the ATD drag uses a specially formulated grease that stays fluid at rest, but becomes viscous the instant pressure ramps up. That means the drag engages the moment a hook is set rather than lurching forward and potentially throwing slack. At 7.1 ounces in the 3000 size, this reel disappears on the rod, yet it has the backbone to handle heavy cover situations where lesser reels would fold. One clever detail is the groove machined into the inner wall of the spool that serves as a fill line, preventing the common mistake of overspooling that leads to wind knots and tangles. There is even a second groove further down that signals when the spool is running low and needs fresh line. Field & Stream awarded the Tatula MQ LT their best value spinning reel title after testing it against 21 other reels, and the consensus was clear. This reel matches the feel and performance of options that retail for $350 and above, making it one of the smartest purchases an angler can make right now. The Daiwa Ballistic MQ LT represents the ceiling of what most anglers will ever need from a spinning reel, and it earned its reputation by winning the 2025 ICAST Best Freshwater Reel Award against every reel on the market. The monocoque Zion 5 body returns here with an even more refined build, and Daiwa pairs it with their full suite of air drive technologies, including the AirDrive ABS long cast spool, which is specifically engineered to reduce spool weight and increase casting distance at the same time. The tough DigiGear system in this reel features a 40% thicker gear design than standard models, delivering exceptional power transfer and long-term durability under sustained loads. Where the Ballistic separates itself most dramatically is with the inclusion of MagSealed technology on the main shaft, the same magnetic oil barrier found in the Fuego, but paired with the structural advantages of the MQ body. That combination creates a reel that is virtually sealed against the elements while maintaining the lightweight, responsive feel that makes Daiwa spinning reels so enjoyable to fish. The drag system handles up to 26 pounds of pressure in the larger sizes, and the ATD mechanism adjusts in real time during the fight, providing smooth resistance without sudden spikes that could snap light leaders. At 6 ounces in the 1000 size and just over 8 ounces in the 4000, the weight-to-performance ratio is remarkable. Anglers have tested this reel on everything from finesse base tactics with light braid to battling bull redfish on the coast, and it handles both extremes with the same composed, smooth operation. The 7+1 bearing system contributes to effortless retrieves, and the rigid MQ body means there is no flex or wobble even when cranking hard against a stubborn fish. For anyone who wants near-flagship quality from Daiwa without stepping into the $400 and up territory of the Certate or Exist, the Ballistic MQ LT delivers everything needed and then some. So, which of these 5 reels fits the way you fish best? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and tight lines out there.